Hello students, today we will start class 7th civics chapter number 5. The further subtopics will be started today, but before starting the further subtopics we have to go back and to memorize the things which we studied in the last class. The subtopics which we studied in the last class, the subtopics are breaking stereotypes, learning for change. In breaking stereotypes, we knew about the character Lakshmi Lakra, a tribal girl from Jharkhand. She became the first engine driver in Northern Railway. She had broken the stereotype that was made that women can't be an engine driver. Afterward, in second subtopic, learning for change, we read about Ramabai, who struggled a lot. On that time, during 18th century, when education was not available, especially for women, on that time she got the education at her home. Her parents supported her and she learned Sanskrit. She knew Sanskrit. She could read and write. And she also set up mission for widows and women, where they could learn a lot of skills. They learned there. They were learning carpentry. They were also learning there running printing presses, understand, and many more things that are not taught today. Such thing they learned in earlier time. Afterward, we will read the subtopics. The subtopics which we will start here, the subtopics are learning for change, schooling and education today. Understand? These two subtopics which we will start today. Firstly, we will start the story of Raj Sundari Devi, 1800 to 1890. Understand? Raj Sundari Devi, 1800 to 1890, she was born in West Bengal some 2000 years ago, and at the age of 60 she wrote her autobiography Amar Jeevan, and in her autobiography she had written how she had struggled to get education. On that time, it was believed that if a woman learned to read and write, she would bring bad luck to her husband and become widow. Understand? But she taught herself how to read and write in secret. What she had done, her son, who was reading his book, alphabet book, and what had happened when her husband was reading the story of a saint, Chaitanya Bhagavat, the story of a saint life. On that time, when he said to his son to keep the book, on that time Raj Sundari Devi was working at home and she listened, and she took one page from the story, and afterwards she had also taken one page from her son book, and she was matching together them. Afterward, she became able to read the story Chaitanya Bhagavat herself. She practiced a lot, she struggled a lot, and afterwards she became successful in reading the book Chaitanya Bhagavat. Understand? Afterward we are coming about the second lady who struggled a lot to get education. The name of that lady was Rokeya Sakhawat Hussain. Understand? Rokeya Sakhawat Hussain was born into a rich family who owned a lot of land. Though she knew how to read and write, she only knew to read and write Urdu, and she wanted to know about Bangla and English, but on that time it was prohibited for women to learn English, because on that time it was believed that it would expose the girls' ideas. Understand? So on that time the knowledge of English was restricted, but with the support of his family members, she learned English with the support of her elder brother and her elder sister. She learned English, and for the practice she wrote a story. The story name is Sultana's Dream in 1905, and in the story she wrote about the story of a girl who, in the dream, she wrote in the story that the lady Sultana, who went to the heaven with her sister Sarah, and in the heaven the total command, the total control was of women. Women were flying aeroplanes, they were studying, they were doing inventions, they were flying cars in sky. Understand? A lot of things. And the gun and weapons of men became futile because of the wisdom of women. Understand? Aggressive guns and other weapons of war defeated by the brain power of women. Understand? But what had happened when Sultana when Rokeya Hussain came out from the dream, she got that it was only a dream. Understand? But today, what is happening in today's era, the girls are doing better in every sector. But on that time she thought that the girl would fly the aeroplanes, they would be scientists, they would do invention. She had thought earlier. Understand? The next subtopic is schooling and education today. Student, you know that today both boys and girls attend school in large number, but today the differences of girls and boys are differ today also. According to 1961 census, the ratio of men education was 40%, while the ratio of women education was only 15%. And according to 2001 census, the number has been increased. 76% men were educated and 54% women were educated. But these numbers were not matching. The differences are always in a sequence, in an order. The main problem is that in the society we get that, especially in elementary education, especially the backward classes, suppose that SC, ST, which were scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, it was got that the student from scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and from Muslim community in the earlier time, according to 2001 census, they had left school very early stage. Adivasis and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe students, they left school at only after studying 4 years, and Muslim girls left school after 3 years of education. So the reason behind this may be the resources, suppose that the schools were not available in local areas, or it may be possible that proper transportation were not available, and the financial condition may be the reason not to get the education on that time. Today is also. So we don't say that we can't make any stereotype regarding any community or any caste and creed that this is the reason they don't like to make their children educated. The reason may be financial, the reason may be not availability of school and colleges in local areas, and another may be the transportation facility will not be available. So reasons may be a lot. Discrimination, in society we get discrimination. Suppose that in the case of Om Prakash Valmiki, what had happened, so reason may be different, so we can't make prejudice, stereotype regarding this. Understand? So schooling and education is important part for everybody. It must be provided to all, irrespective of the religion, caste and creed. So the government must take attention in this sphere, so that the people who are untrodden, who are in lower category, they are discriminated, they are illiterate, they may get the chance. Understand? So I hope that you have understood all these subtopics. Thanks for watching the video. Hello class, today we will start the further subtopic from the chapter Women Change the World. Before starting the chapter, let's come on the recap whatever we studied in the last class. The subtopic is schooling and education today. In the last class we studied about Rokeya Sakhawat Hossain. She wanted to study Bangla and English, but she was not permitted, but she got the support of her elder brother and elder sister, and she learnt English and Bangla. In that time English was understood the language of British that would expose the girls, but she learnt English and she write her first story. The story name is Sultana's Dream in 1905. Understand? We have read this. Afterward, the next character is Ras Sundari Devi. She belonged to West Bengal. She belonged to a rich landlord family. In the age of 60, she learned read and write, and she was not getting the chance to read and write, but she stole the manuscripts from the holy book that was read by her husband. She took one page from Chaitanya Bhagavat, the story of a saint, from that book, and she also took one page from her son book, alphabet book, and she was matching, and after great labor she learnt a lot about the language. Understand? Afterward we will read the subtopics in the chapter. So students, please be serious and pay attentive and enjoy your lecture. Students, the subtopics which we will study in this class, the subtopics are women's movement, campaigning, raising awareness, protesting, showing solidarity. These are the subtopics which we will discuss here. First, start the subtopic women's movement. Students, you know that women and girls now have the right to study and go to school, but in the earlier time it was difficult for them to get education. But in the other fields, spheres like legal reform, violence and health, where the situation of women and girls has improved, and these changes have not happened automatically. This is a long, strong conflict. We can say that it is a long attempt. It is a long, we can say that, struggle. This struggle is known as women's movement, and in this movement women collectively and individually they fought against the corruption, fought against the discrimination, whatever had been happened with them in the earlier time, and now in this time they also struggle for getting equality, equal opportunity. Understand? Students, you know that the diversity, passion and efforts of those who involved makes it a very vibrant movement. Women's movement. Different strategies have been used to spread awareness, to fight against discrimination and seek justice. Understand? Means that women tried a lot to get justice, and they struggled for increasing awareness among women. The next subtopic is campaigning. Students, women campaigning, they fought against discrimination and violence against women are an important part of women's movement. Understand? Campaigns have also led to new law being passed, and law was passed in 2006, and this law was against domestic violence, where women were treated, or women are treated today physically, they are treated badly in, we can say that, in physical way or in mental way, where the women are treated badly. The law has been passed by the constitution that women must not be treated badly at home or any working place. Understand? Domestic violence where women were treated badly in 2006. Afterward, we know that in 1997 there was a law by the Supreme Court that women must not be assaulted. They must not face sexual harassment in working place as well as at any public places or any places, all the workplaces and especially in the educational institutions. Understand? It has been abolished by the law. Understand? Afterward we are coming in 1980, women protested against dowry where women were treated badly, girls were treated badly because of dowry. They were killed by their in-laws or by their husband because of dowry. So women also protested against dowry system. The dowry system, they increased awareness among women. They started to campaign on road. They started to protest. Understand? They went to the court to find justice. So afterward what had happened, the matter has been increased and the matter had been published and it started to be published in the magazine and it has become a public issue. And in 1980s, during that time, the government has passed the rule that if anyone will take dowry or anyone who will give the dowry, both of the parties will be punished, will get punishment, and it is abolished by the law. Understand? It will become in the category of crime. Understand? The next subtopic is raising awareness. In raising awareness, women also started to raise awareness among public for getting their rights. Their message has been spread through street plays on the street with street plays, songs and public meetings. Understand? They started to increase awareness so that their rights must be recognized by the government. Next subtopic is protesting. You know that the women movement raises its voice when violations against women takes place. Understand? For example, which type of violence has taken place or happening today? When a law or policy acts against their interest, when any law will be made against their interest and against their desires, public rallies and demonstrations are a very powerful way of drawing attention to injustice. So we can say that how women started to protest, and today they protest to create awareness so that nothing will happen against their interest. They started to, in the earlier time, during 1980s they started to protest in form of demonstration, taking out rallies, understand, signature campaign. There are a lot of way. By this way they started to go against their right, whatever had happened against to them, understand. The next subtopic is showing solidarity. In this subtopic we will know that women also, they worked for their rights individually and collectively. They went against the government if anything had happened against their interest, understand. Students, you know that on 8th March every year we celebrate International Women's Day, understand. International Women's Day is celebrated throughout the world so that it will show the power of women and it will increase awareness among them so that they can make a better place in the society and they can make their position prominent in the society, understand. So I hope that you have understood all these subtopics clearly. Thanks for watching the video.